What's up, traders? We're back. Happy Monday. I apologize for the inconvenience that we just had. I just had to change the stream key, and looks like things are working. In the meantime, you guys get set up, get settled in, and I'll share this link for the live stream. If you haven't been on the portal, please do so now. August 16th is probably the last day where it'll be for free. So get your experience in now, and just kind of get used to how it works. And also August 30th, this July 31st, so this Wednesday is the last day to get grandfathered into the old pricing structure and get the free upgrade to the trading room. So if you're looking to do that and these sessions are beneficial to you, make sure you take full advantage of that offer. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you do have any friends that trade, recommend them to stream our trading room or our free signal group that we have on Telegram. It'll definitely help them out. So while I send out these links, please let me know what pairs you want me to cover. I'm going to start off with the majors. I think that's what we'll do from now on. And at the end, I can do your recommendations. But it is NFP week, so you're going to have to be very calculated in the trades you take, because there might not be much movement or a lot of fake outs. So a lot of people actually skip this week and not trade it at all. And our Monday sessions are pretty slow. We just go over what the bias is for certain pairs. Obviously, there's not enough volatility for things to happen right away. But it's a good way to get ready for the week, get your levels on. Hopefully you guys looked at the Euro analysis I put up last night. I will be going over that briefly. So a few more minutes, guys, and we can get the show started. What's up, someone? Dixie, gold dollar index. Oh yeah, well, I'll talk about why. Here, I have the article right here. So PM Johnson is trying to pressure EU on Brexit. So if you read this line right here, I'll show you. Yep, so they want to leave the bloc within 3 months without a divorce deal. So this is why the pound is slipping, and that's why the title of this live is "The Pound Will Not Recover." Thanks for mentioning that, Jason. But I meant overall in terms of like pairs like the Euro, Aussie, even though we're in Aussie. And also I think we have yen monetary policy later today, so I think that will rock the markets. But from Sunday to Monday, it's usually pretty dull unless you have some Brexit news. But yeah, last week I saw this one Forex guru talk about you're surprised that the pound has strength. Not me, I anticipated it, and now you see this. So obviously there's an initial excitement for having a new PM after what Theresa May did, but when you're leaving the European Union, one of the most stable nations in the world, it's hard to kind of recover and have investors be secure in you. So I think after these recent comments starting at London, we've seen pound slip. Euro could not be bothered. Pretty much the same thing we left off on Friday. Based on my chart yesterday, this is what we're looking for. A close above 1.11500, and we could probably go long, test around these highs. A close below 1.11000, and we can go lower. I think this is the more likely scenario right here. Just based on price action, we have made an attempt to go higher, and we just got rejected instantly. When we tap the psychological level, going to the 1 hourly, you can see that. And the USD is starting to gain some traction. We'll see what NFP says this week, but NFP will be a big key. I believe until NFP will probably be within this range. But yeah, this is when we tapped the psychological zone. Euro tried to rebound. Remember with the ECB, so there will be rate cuts. And German PMI and even French PMI came lower than expected, and so the real fundamental reaction fell through, and we are making lower lows and lower highs, but all in all, it's nothing too drastic. I believe people are waiting for the NFP. I believe if this NFP is lackluster, then there may be 2 rate cuts for sure by year end. And maybe Euro can recover, but that's what I'm seeing for Euro. It's about sitting on your hands at this point. Since we're on the topic of Euro and the dollar, let's look at the dollar index. One of my favorite things to look at. And pulling back to the daily so we can get some clearance. On the daily, we had this resistance at 97.61, and looking to the left, it was obviously a significant resistance. And we did get a break, a nice retest on a small time frame, and we're shooting for the next resistance right here, around 98.25, which is a major resistance. We've had a nice three attempts at this level, and I think that's where we're gonna go, which kind of aligns with NFP because when we get to this zone right here, we might consolidate, so we might have like a couple taps. And if NFP is lackluster, then you'll see it spill down. If it's if it's amazing, and there might be some doubts and rate cuts, and the global economy hasn't slowed down, then you might see it pop up and go higher, somewhere to this resistance region. So that's what I see for dollar index. We are approaching resistance, so be cautious about entering any USD sells or buys. And we'll talk about pound. Elliott waves are selling, GBP pullback. So the thing with Elliott waves, if you look at like bullish ciphers and whatnot on TradingView, they're hit or miss. Sometimes they'll play out, other times they don't. They work on fib retracements basically, right? And if you've been trading using fibs, they're not just like a clear-cut indicator. Like if a cipher pattern has been completed on the chart, it doesn't mean it's gonna play out. It's just another confluence. And so I used to be big on ciphers. I even had like a auto cipher that detect patterns on multiple time frames, and I back tested that strategy, and it wasn't any more profitable than any other form of trading. But if it fits your style, then of course you can use it as confluence. Going to the pound USD, a beautiful swing short. Remember in our first few sessions, we did talk about this weekly trend line right here, and how the support region, we're to consolidate, but if we did get a break and retest of this trend line, we could have a nice spill down to new lows. And looking to the left, you can even go back to the first few sessions of July. This level right here, 1.20911, so basically 1.21,000 is where pound USD will most likely go. I always just had a bearish outlook on pound. The first few sessions we did try to long pound yen, and pound yen is just gonna slip. We got pretty hurt on that trade, and since then I haven't shorted pound. I haven't shorted pound since, but that's what it's looking like. Just look at this spill. Let's look at it. I mean, the amount of bullish candles you can count on one hand. Like, you see what I mean? And pulling back, we did get that retest of that key trend line. Right here. So this was our initial break. We got the retest, then the rejection. And after that rejection, what we did was we came back off this support, came back and retested this night support region, had a rejection, and pound hasn't looked back since. I mean, look at this daily candle right here. This is definitely not a technical driven move right here. Just zoom in. I don't even think there's a wick to the upside on this daily closure. So definitely a fundamentally sound move right here for the pound. A lot of people probably try to go long somewhere along here. They probably got a bit hurt unless they took profits. But that's what we're seeing for pound. Just a slip to 1.21,000 is likely, if not inevitable. Just looking to the left, we've wicked here. We might not go all the way. We might go, somewhere here. But that's the area we're looking at for pound USD. Weakness all across against the yen and Aussie. Okay, so next, USD yen. So we do have a nice setup on USD yen. We're kind of in this channel right here, this ascending channel. We're coming off some nice support. Looking to the left, this was the support that kind of held us up before we made a nice fake out to go long. So we had this tweezer pattern. If I pull back, we had this nice tweezer pattern, and right here it was a fake out to go long, but we just ran right into some nice resistance, came back down, and we just started making a descending channel. So it's looking like we are going to make a next wave up to here to complete this channel, and you could look for sells in this area. I believe it is the weekly time frame. So for this move this swing long from here to here, could be dependent on what NFP says. If the NFP is pretty good, then you can catch at least 60 pips and get out as an intraday. But on the daily, we're trying to push higher above this key level, 108.685. We've been capped here since the start of June. And we did make a previous push down, but the buyers always came back. Same thing here. A lot of people thought it was time to spill again. And at this point, pound yen did slip, but USD yen always fought back up. And it's looking like if we do get a close above this level, we do have a decent opportunity to swing long it. If you're looking for specifics, could do something like this. It's not a bad trade, 2.06 risk to reward, and you're giving some breathing room here in case price does come back and retest support zone. You're not gonna get stopped out, which we've seen here. It has wicked before it came back up. So that's what I see for USD yen. I think I'm gonna do gold and just do any questions that you guys have. So yeah, going back off what I said last week, gold is really just consolidating between this range. It doesn't know where to go exactly. Like I said, it's acting like a safe haven in one part, and then when USD gains strength, it's looking like a bear. I just waited out. Last week someone did get a short entry from here, from our resistance range, and now it's looking like we're sitting at support at 14.16. A lot of consolidation. What you can do if you're looking for shorts is we made a kind of a not really too obvious uptrend, but we are making higher highs and higher lows. If you get a nice break of this trend line, we could short. Last week we had the close below this level, but we didn't get that retest rejection. What we had was a retest and a close above the level. So that's why we couldn't have the short opportunity go down to this level. And that's what I think gold will be doing until NFP, just consolidating. If there's any major moves, it could be up to here, or if we do get a break of this trend line, we'll call short down to 1401. A nice area of support, 1401. Let me just look at the chat. So I guess now you guys can send out the pair recommendations. There's not too many setups and that are screaming out to me. USD CHF, it looks like it's finally gonna pull back, maybe go back up. It did break this major descending trend line right here. It finally braked out. It's testing some resistance. It might just retest and pop back up. Harmonics have to do with Elliott wave. I mean, I'm not really too into Elliott wave, right? There's probably some good stuff out there. Like I said, if you look at the description, I'm mainly focused on price action and naked trading overall. I mean, there's not too many indicators that I use, but if harmonics or Elliott waves are saying GBP sells, then that just goes based on what I was saying. Even the technicals are saying sells. Major breaks of weekly trend lines and support levels, and then you got fundamentals with the new PM Johnson pushing for a Brexit deal. So everything is pointing as a sell. So if that's a confluence for you, you can use it. I just have never used on these charts or during our sessions. Euro Aussie, and I think I'll end this off. So Euro Aussie actually had a nice run last week. We are in Aussie yen shorts, so if this if this could probably go to this region right here, this resistance, it'd be in favor for us. We're obviously shorting Aussie yen, pulling back to the weekly. We're still in a nice significant uptrend, but it is looking like the uptrend is losing steam. If you just look at this move right here, this bull run, you can see the length of this bull run right here. Then you have a smaller pullback, a nice bull run again, but it's obviously smaller in size compared to this one. And then again with this one, pretty similar in size to this one. And then we see a miniature bull run, and now it's looking like sellers are coming back in. This was right after we tapped resistance, and sellers were looking like to push to this trend line right here, but we did have a nice bullish engulfing on the weekly. So based off this bullish engulfing, they are keeping it low. It's probably right around here. Rejection, and then you can go long. Look for a bearish engulfing, a hammer, or a three soldiers pattern, or even a cross of the MAs, and you can have a nice long setup with a pretty decent risk to reward. And checking the fundamentals, let's see. Okay, so today we have, so the Japan monetary policy statement, which will be major key for our trade. Tomorrow, USD consumer confidence, okay. This will be major, so the Chinese manufacturing PI will be major for the Aussie. And then we also have the Aussie CPI, so a lot of fundamentals right off the bat. I believe every day there's major fundamentals, so ADP. So this is why a lot of people actually skip trading this week. I mean, pound. So each day has a major event. So we're just going to be looking to get in and out of trades, or look for swing trades off technicals, off the weekly time frame or monthly time frame, where it cancels out a lot of the noise, and we could enter a smaller position than usual and go for a nice risk to reward trade. But I think that's the setups for this week, guys. Hopefully you guys have these key levels down. Definitely get the Euro key levels down. Follow us on TradingView, Forex Lens. and you will see our Euro USD trade right here, and also the Aussie yen short. So if you're looking at why I decided to short Aussie yen, you can see the analysis right here. So this is Monday. I'll see you guys again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. Be on the lookout for maybe a signal or two later today, depending on what happens. So happy trading. If you are still having difficulties with the portal, please email support@forexlens.com and we'll help you get set up. Peace, guys.